Hello and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm the executive producer here, John Bates, and I've got a few pre-show notes for you. First of all, I'd like to thank our $25 tier supporters, Antitonic, Waterflame, Samantha Bates, and Maureen Montee, without whom we wouldn't be able to do much, especially not all the content that we put forward now. I also want to thank all the people that have joined on with us since the, I would say, successful experiment that was Midsummer Night's Dream. If you're interested in that, go check out our YouTube channel, where youtube.com/Sensaku, where we performed the world's first, as far as we're aware, live stream production of a community theater performance of A Midsummer Night's Dream. That sounds like a lot of qualifiers. It's more just because that's the way I talk. Please go enjoy them, give us feedback, let us know if you'd like to see more of that in the future. If you'd like to support us financially, you can do so on our Patreon page at patreon.com/FSFilms. You can also follow us on Twitter at Final Show Films, or follow me personally at John A. Bates for all future updates and live notifications for our live stream. In the meantime, sit back, relax, enjoy.
And hello everybody! Welcome back to Untethered. Today we are super professional as usual. Can you readjust my green screen? Pardon the hair. It's hair. I need a haircut. So, yes, welcome back to Untethered. Today we are in the world of darkness, where it's very dark all the time. And the cameras certainly don't need to be re-aimed. And it's very dark all the time. And joining me today, we have on my left...
Hi, I'm William, and I am playing Akuma, the Akashic Brotherhood gang boss.
And on my right...
Hi, I'm Stan. I'm playing Duncan. Just
typical.
Duncan.
And on my left,
I'm Holly. I'm playing Taro. She's Verbana.
She's a witch.
Yeah, she's nuts. All right.
On the rightest right that ever did right.
Hey, I'm ready. I'm playing
Wouldn't that be
Skyler.
actually right here?
No.
Because it's as right as you can get without getting back to you.
No, that'd be if we were going anti-clockwise.
Skyler Torres, the detective of the group.
Alright, and on my middle right...
Hi, I'm Zach, and I'm playing Dr. David Tarasu, the doctor. He's still a doctor.
Yeah, he's... what the tin says. That's what he is. So... when last we left off, they had met with the sheriff, and their short-term goal was, we need to take down this Rasputin dude. What's being a dude? And that was about it. They've got their means of going about it, and we had gone to that night. I know Akuma was going to be active at night. Did anybody else have any nighttime plans?
I believe I was going to go with the sheriff to the mountain, and he was going to...
Alright, so you're going with the sheriff of the mountain. Anybody else have any nighttime plans?
Taro does.
Alright, what about Duncan and Dave?
None in particular I can think of. Though, how's the progress on that little drill thing going so far?
It's certainly drilling.
Cool.
There's a lot of mountain. I don't know if you knew this about mountains, but they tend to be big.
I mean, yeah, but you know.
You could get lucky.
Yeah.
But, you know.
It's kind of...
You probably need to make about 18 more of those.
It's kind of just the eternal plan B.
Just the plan B that will happen eventually.
I feel like it's like plan D right now.
Q. There's letters.
I feel like we have to... If we really want to accurately categorize what plan this is, we have to, like, you know, go through numbers and then Greek symbols. This is like plan, like, I don't know...
Way off.
Delta 5 or something.
Yeah, because it'll take a while.
It's plan A. We're just going to leave it and come back to it later if we need to.
To be fair, it was the first thing we enacted, so technically it is plan A. We've just moved on to other plans while plan A is in progress.
Yeah.
Except for Galadier, who's still on plan A.
Still chilling on the mountain.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
He got lost.
He has determination.
So Dave and Duncan are just doing
don't
actual
know.
normal nighttime activities and sleeping.
I was thinking of doing something, but I'm not sure if I should do it.
You don't need sleep when you're a dragon.
What?
The small infant begs to differ. All right. So while you two think, let's go ahead and go to Skylar.
Okay.
So you go out with Yaren to Suicide Cliff. It's got a very nice scenic view of the Pacific Ocean,
Don't jump.
and of course is known for having tens of thousands of Japanese soldiers during World War II walk off the edge, committing suicide rather than losing
But mostly it's the beautiful view.
the Americans. That was years ago. So as long as you don't have any dots in spirit, it's just a beautiful view.
So Pan Tourism would like
Okay,
to
none of us do.
promote the beautiful view.
It's like that's the first thing you want to hear about a place called Suicide Cliff. So it's got a beautiful view.
That's what the brochure says, okay? So anyway, as you get near the mountain, you get that sort of uncomfortable feeling of too many thoughts running through your head, and you notice that the sheriff is also kind of looks less than comfortable with the sort of aura permeating the mountain. But as you get close to the cliffs, he looks over at you. All right. So, easiest place to get practice with the spirits is here. There's a lot. The rumors tend to be a good indication of where you'll find the spirits. And I suppose the first thing to do would be introduce you. So, he looks around and walks over to a point, and he is going to raise a hand. Hey, John Luckhole. John Luckhole says, hello, units, hello, Shadow Chorus, hello, Pookie, hello, person whose name I've been told so many times that now all that pops into my head is legendary Super Saiyan Broly, and I don't remember why.
Legendary Super Saiyan Rudy. That sounds amazing.
Awesome.
That's fine.
What's your new name?
I accept this.
Rudy, the legendary Super Saiyan.
Dave Tarasu.
Okay.
Very nice hat today. And Stan.
Only the bestest of hats.
So, off of that note, as he holds his hand up and he pulls it into his chest, and you see a pulse emanate from him, and as he does, you see where the pulse hits, hundreds of ghostly images become visible to you. They are dreary looking, dressed in old army uniforms, and they walk is not the right word. You know in computer games where somebody's walk animation does not correlate to the speed at which they move?
Yeah.
It's got that sort of effect going. Like, their movements are too slow for how quickly they're approaching the cliff. You know, they're walking in slow motion, but they're approaching the cliff at full speed and floating off of it. And as you watch, roll me perception, awareness, difficulty 8.
Difficulty. One success.
One success. There are features about them that are reminiscent. You can't tell if it's the same group walking over the edge over and over again, or if it's a case of their identities have all merged together and they've lost all of their defining characteristics. But after the first few jump, it becomes difficult to tell each figure apart, and you're not sure what's happening.
This is it, I think.
So there they are. They're not aware of us yet. That's a further continuation into the realm of magic. But for now, we're aware of them. They're all walking to the edge and jumping off. You know your histories, correct?
Yes, I'm aware of what happened here.
Well, what's strange is that not all of these spirits are that old. Let me show you. He walks over to one and he pulls a small dagger out of his boot, the black-handled, ornately carved piece of work, and points to one of the spirits. It freezes in frame. You look, he's wearing the same outfit as the rest, but now that he's been pointed out, and it's almost as though a light is illuminated on him, and he doesn't look as drab. He's not Japanese. That man jumped 10 years ago. That man, he says, pointing at another, and the same light illuminates it, jumped 50 years ago. For whatever reason, spirits, they're not consciousness. When you die, your consciousness is gone. Your soul is gone. A spirit is a recording. Some emotion left so heavily imprinted upon an area that it can be seen by those who know how to see it. And those in the area who can't see them are still affected by the emotions that they give off. Once one dies and their emotions are added, they become identityless, merely manifestations of the emotions going on. So this man, for whatever reason he jumped, he has lost his identity as one of the jumpers, one of the spirits of this place.
I see.
It's possible through very strong magics to recover his identity to a degree and solve this emotion, finish its purpose, make it vanish. But at this point, with an emotion of this strength, with a torrent of spirits this strong, it's almost impossible to pick out any individual identity anymore. So, you said you wanted to speak with spirits?
Yes. Perhaps some... we were hoping that perhaps they might know something more about the area, maybe sense what we're looking for, know what we're looking for. I know it's a long shot, but...
Now, to clarify, you did tell him did you tell him that you were looking specifically for the journal of Strophonia, or did you just say you were looking for something?
Was he there?
I believe we covered the journal with him, yeah.
Yeah.
So you told him the name of the thing specifically. The journal. Well, how long has the journal been here, do you know?
Did we know that?
I believe we'd gone over everything, and basically the premise was the journal doesn't belong here, so it doesn't have a set date. It could have been here for millennia.
So no, we don't know how long it's been here. All that we know is that it does not belong here.
All right. So the spirits, doesn't matter the age, they should be able to identify the feelings of it. Assuming they can feel the wrongness in the air here. I've noticed that most people can't. But, let's try. Pick one, he says. He holds the dagger up and gives it away, and the spirits all freeze in motion. And let's let him roll. They illuminate. They all illuminate, but it's not nearly as strong as when he was only pointing at one. So you can kind of pick out identities and features to them, but nothing strong. It's like that's a man with, that's a man who's probably some sort of islander. That's a woman who's Japanese, or at the very least some sort of Asian look. You can't make out any specific details, but you can kind of get a vague shape and features. And there's mostly Japanese males, but there are a decent number of people who look like they're islander.
I'll probably look for someone that looks from around the area.
Okay. Be one of the islanders. So you walk up to one?
Yep.
That one? Alright, let's focus in. Speaking with the dead is unsettling at best. He points his dagger and puts a hand on your shoulder and closes his eyes. A slight glow begins to emanate from him. And thankfully this is not paradoxical because there's a lot of superstitions about this cliff and, seance is a thing that people believe in. So, by the power of belief, no paradox is accrued by him. The ghostly figure begins moving in, but it turns and looks at you. Confused, but not. It doesn't look at you super quizzically because it doesn't. You don't think it cares enough. It's just sort of like it's confused as to why you've stopped it.
Hello?
What language are you speaking in?
Probably English.
English?
Yeah, we'll try English first.
The thing continues to look at you quizzically.
Okay, then what's the language of the
Camaro.
Camaro? I'll try that in that language then. Still nothing.
It turns its head a bit. Why?
Why what?
Why have you stopped me?
I was hoping you might be able to help me.
I serve no purpose. Why do you stop me?
Perhaps you can find a slight purpose in assisting me, answering a question or two.
What is my purpose?
Find your book, find the book.
To help me prevent, or to help me help others. Sorry.
No, it just scared me.
Make a... I've got the wrong stat sheet from me. Make a, there we go. Charisma... expression roll. Unless you feel you've got another skill that would appropriately apply. Something personable.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna roll one.
Roll me your charisma, yep. Difficulty 7.
Hey, I got it. I got the one at least.
turns its head. What do you need?
Have you sensed anything strange in the mountain? Something that might feel like it doesn't belong? Anything strange?
We don't belong in the mountain.
Something not human, not.
We don't belong in the mountain. It drives us out. We do not belong in the mountain. You notice that
I see.
it's dropped its sort of airy tone, and it's speaking almost as though, like, it already sounded kind of odd, like a distant recording, but now it sounds like a monotone recording.
Don't belong.
As you're watching this person, you notice that his clothes are shifting, fading away. The uniform is stripping, and as he speaks, and you can see things in his, you can see movement in his face, and he's shifting from the uniform to actual, more tribal clothes. Stuff that you'd only read of in history books. Not even the sort of things that they wear at the festivals and performances, but actual tribal clothes, like pre-Spanish.
All right. I was about to ask something, but I forgot. Okay. Do you remember anything about yourself?
I do not belong.
I told. Actually, no. I'm really lost here. I turned to the ear and I'm not really getting anything.
He's looking at you. His eyes are still closed. It seems off. I haven't gotten this response before. Maybe one of your compatriots could get more out of him. Somebody who's better at speaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone who's currently in the middle of fighting a gang war.
Well, we've got multiple members of the party who have decent social skills.
That's fair.
Not me.
There's one who is built around it.
Two.
Too.
That's fair.
You can get very, very, very different methods of coercion, I'm sure.
I said we have the narwhal speak to him.
I mean, I wouldn't be against it.
All right. I think.
Narwhals are sage in their advice.
All right. Well,
If you're done with questions for now,
I think so.
he exhales, and the same pulse that had gone out from him closes back in on him, and the spirits fade from view. Sorry, the dead are not cooperative. They won't lie to you.
You just need to know how to.
They don't have any particular obligation to answer you, though.
Yes.
All right.
Or at the very least, give useful answers.
Well, you know how to get a hold of me.
So, Yes, I would like to keep trying at a later time.
All right. Let me know when I can help.
All right. Thank you.
He walks off. Anything else for you for the night?
I think that'll be it.
Okay.
Gonna head home and get some rest.
So let's slip over to... No, let's slip over to Akuma. What you doing, Akuma?
I believe I said last time, I need to be running the streets because the war starts tonight, so I need to keep an eye out. If anyone reports signs of Rasputin, I need to be there. So
It's not hard to find Rasputin if he's doing something.
yeah,
It's shockingly hard to find him when he's not in the middle of something.
yeah. So it's very much sort of. I'm going to be running all over the city, running support for all of the Black Dragon's operations, and if anyone gets word out that Rasputin's been sighted, I immediately have to detour over there, probably contact Yeren while I'm on my way.
Alright. So... Okay, so if that's what you're doing, we're going to head back over here then to see if anything's going to interfere. Hi, what you doing, Torel?
Hi. So does she know where Rasputin's territory is?
Yes.
Okay. She's gonna head over there then.
What you doing with Kai?
Oh, he's still returned.
Cool.
From earlier.
Just making sure.
Yeah. I'm not taking him.
So you're going to go wander off by yourself?
Yep.
Awesome.
To be fair, where she's wandering, the Black Dragons are currently pushing, so...
All right, see you soon. I'll leave a hospital bed open
There
for
aren't
you.
a ton of you.
No, the Black Dragons are not a particularly
And
large
Rasputin
gang.
has the largest area,
Yeah.
and it's expanding into another area.
She'll be fine.
All right.
She makes the best choices.
Only makes the best.
Yeah.
All right. So you head out into old Raz's territory, and let's roll a percentile since we're here now. Huh. Are you trying to avoid notice, or are you just walking down the
I'm
streets?
just walking down the street.
How you dressed? What you carrying on you?
Basically.
A shard.
I mean, she's got the shard, but it's like in a compact.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Hidden on her. She's in street clothes, jeans, shirt. She's always got like a leather jacket on.
Okay. You're walking down the streets, and are you walking in the heart of Raz territory, or are you going on the edge?
In the heart.
Heart.
Where the Black Dragons are least likely to be able to help you.
Sure.
Yeah?
Unless Hozuki walks by with a gun out.
Roll me perception alertness.
Okay.
Do you have Hozuki's character sheet over there?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
What's my target number here?
It's a 6.
That is 3 successes.
Ooh. Alright. You notice that there's a... What's the best way to put this? A tower.
Okay.
Like a medieval-looking tower.
Okay.
And you notice that there's a couple, like, thugs at the base of it that are kind of trying to lay low, and, you know, one's leaning up against a dumpster all cool, like, no, they're obviously guarding the tower.
It's a giant tower.
Yeah. It's not giant. It's only about 3 stories high. So
It's someone trying to pass off a wizard's tower in modern times.
yes.
Trying and failing.
I mean, it looks like a reconstruction, but it's shockingly not out of place. It looks, you know how some people like they build those specialty eccentric shops and stuff
Yeah,
like
and
that.
to be fair, this is a very like Spanish Catholic area, so it's got a lot of that pseudo medieval Renaissance architecture anyway.
Yeah, it you know, if someone was to tell you, oh yeah, no, that's that belongs to the church, you wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, it's oh yeah, no, that's some old church building. So it's very stylistic, but it doesn't scream massively out of place. But you definitely notice it, and you notice the people around it.
Okay. Just gonna walk up to it.
Up to the front door.
Yep.
Oh, this is beautiful.
All right. So as you walk up, it's a door. It's a nice thick oaken double door.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reminded of those open world games where you can trigger the final boss fight in leather armor.
So, what you do? There's a door in front of you.
It's
She's gonna knock on it.
It's Dark Souls. You're walking right
Do you
into
use the
into
knocker? It's got some
graveyard.
big knockers.
Upon hitting
Yeah.
Firelink.
She
All right.
uses the knocker.
Grab the big brass knocker. Thump, thump, thump. One of the guys over at the dumpster kind of looks at you funny and walks over. Something I can do for you, miss?
Yes.
You notice that this guy, he's dressed kind of like the thugs or other thugs, but you immediately notice this guy is not on anything and seems to be very cognizant and very in control of his faculties right now. This is not just some street thug.
Okay. Yes, I would like to meet with Rasputin.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, that's accurate.
You got any? Roll me. Oh, what is it? Perception. Is there an empathy or something?
There is literally an empathy.
Yeah, perception, empathy. No, there's not.
Yeah,
Yeah, there
in
is.
talents.
Under talents?
Right below
Empathy,
roll.
right around the middle.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a new world character
I was
sheet.
gonna say I have
Oh,
it.
I got the wrong one.
right-
Yes, roll.
right under brawl.
Perception, empathy. Yeah, roll me perception, empathy.
Those things. What's my target number?
6.
I mean, I've taken the direct approach entirely too
I
many
got-
times for me to criticize this. But
I got 2 successes.
He's honestly kind of amused. Like, he's not angry. He's not like, he's just like, huh, this is unique. You have business with Raz?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what's your business?
I'm here to kill him.
No, no, she's not. I have something I need to discuss with him.
Can you discuss it with me first?
No.
Roll me manipulation.
Expression?
Yeah, manipulation expression, difficulty 9.
Go for it.
Okay.
Uh,
Hit
Let's
him.
see.
this is going swimmingly.
At least I'll know who she is.
Don't you have any specialties in manipulation that would apply?
You should have one. You haven't picked it, but
Didn't say I have 4 manipulation. I don't know what that means.
yeah, you should have a specialization in any abilities you have.
Pick a specialization for your manipulation.
What are the specializations?
Basically, what kind of manipulator are you better at being? Are you
Like seductive,
or
deceptive.
do you have a lot of guile? Are you a smooth talker?
Yeah.
The shy, innocent look.
Feigned innocence.
Yeah, no, I
Feigned
like
innocence.
that one.
Yeah, no, feigned innocence 100% applies here. So
So you get an extra, you get your 10s are counted as 2 successes.
Okay, then 2 successes.
and your 10 still
10
explode.
still explode, so you can
Oh.
roll one.
2 successes.
Sure, he's not doing anything tonight. I'll give him a call.
You also need to pick one for appearance as well.
Okay.
What about your look is what you're best at, basically. Like, if you have a striking appearance, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
Look, if you're serious about this, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back, okay? He raps on the door. It opens up. He walks inside. He's gone for about 5 minutes. You get a lot of weird looks for some people, and he comes back down. Come on in, Torel.
Alright.
Oh, Rasputin says, good job on that film.
She'll go in.
He shakes his head and walks off, and you're in this... Not that you're inside, it looks like an eccentric shop at the bottom. It's got fun, kitschy sort of stuff. There's a clerk behind the counter, and he points up at the stairs. Says you're good to go.
That guy just walks out of the tower and is like, you know what? I should go play the lottery today.
Alright, she'll go up the stairs.
Alright, you go up to there's a second floor you can get off at, or you can keep, it's like a spiral staircase, by the way. You can get off at the second floor, or you can go up to the third. You presume he's at the third.
She'll go up to the third floor.
Alright, you walk into, like, it looks like a medieval wizard's study.
Alright.
Does he have
there's
a pointy
like
hat?
Down to the
Please.
like vials of bubbling stuff on a table, and massive bookshelves. As you walk in, you see old Raz. He's old, but you can't tell how old. He's just sort of ambiguously old. He's got like long silver hair and a very well kept, like, pointy silver beard. It's not super long. It's just very, very groomed and pointy. And he's got, so it's not the tall pointy hat, but it's a kind that almost looks modern. Like, it wraps around his head and it kind of falls back stylishly. Like Dumbledore's hat. The second one where it had the rim and it kind of fell back.
Not the Yamaha looking thing, but the slightly brimmed hat.
Yeah,
Like, vaguely. Yeah. Okay.
Like it's got that sort of French style to it, and he's wearing what could either be robes or just a really illustrious, like suede long coat. And as he turns, he's got this sort of like Luke Skywalker black jumpsuit on underneath it. And he's really rocking this weird
postmodern
wizard look. And it's like, as funny as it sounds to describe, it seems to work on him. Torel.
Yeah, did you
Rasputin.
get all these
So, to what's away with the pleasure?
I have a matter I needed to discuss with you.
Right, so, normally, when I want to talk to people, I go and have them brought to me, but this is unique. What did you want to discuss?
I have heard from a reliable source that you have some information I may need about a certain book.
Well, don't beat around the bush. Have at it.
The Diary of Strifonio the Mad.
That book? Well, I take it you're a collector of fine artifacts like myself, he says, waving his hand at the various wizardy things in the room.
Something like that.
All right. And what do you expect me to know about it?
I just heard you might have some information.
Look,
I'm looking for the location of it specifically.
I am going to break it down for you quite clearly. You don't need to know where it is. You're much better off giving up your silly search and carrying on with your life. Also, roll me perception awareness. There we go.
That's when the dynamite goes off.
What's my target number here?
Just a 6.
2 successes.
He used some sort of mind magic.
Is it working on her?
Like, he wasn't using it on you. You noticed he was casting some sort of spell. He was fingering some. He's got what looks to be a wand, for lack of a better word, but it's not like medieval-looking wand. It's a thin. It's like a thin. It's only about yay long metal stick. You could mistake it for a chopstick.
Save your magic tricks for another time. I need to know the location of the book.
Just checking to make sure. There's another person looking for this book. Is that your source, by chance?
It may be where I have the information. Not that I'm specifically getting it for that person.
Look, I can tell you what I told Esmin. You're better off not finding it.
I need it.
Why should I tell you? I'm the most powerful man on this island. And, while your pretty looks are quite good at getting you what you need, I'm sure, outside of this tower, in here, what I say goes. Why should I be doing what you want?
Because I need it to save many people.
Oh, some sort of generous, heart-warming quest in which you're going to save the world with an artifact that drives people mad.
Honestly, I'm not specifically sure how I'm supposed to use it yet.
Roll me appearance and
You figured out what your appearance
expression.
specialty is?
I'm sorry, your parents.
Appearance, expression.
Um,
So you figured out what your appearance specialty is going to be?
Was it innocent? Or...
no, that was
Okay,
manipulation.
that's manipulation. Okay.
What are the ones for appearance?
It's what basically is what kind of look do you
Yeah.
cultivate? Like, do you have
Are
a
you-
striking appearance? Do you look sexy?
Are
Do
you fearsome?
Yeah,
are you intimidating? Are you innocent looking? Are you,
Do you seem
good?
harmless?
Are you good at giving off false impressions?
I think I'll go for striking.
Okay. So then in that case, striking will not apply in
Yeah,
this
so
case.
Yeah.
when someone sees you, they recognize you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, go ahead and roll me appearance, expression, difficulty 8.
Four successes.
Goodness. Oh, well, now I'm interested. So, you want this journal to go about saving the world in a way that you have no idea how. Who do you work for, girl?
I work for myself.
Yet you're saving everyone else. I must say, you're a fascinating person.
I am.
You make the most unique allies.
Alright, well, come with me. I'll show you where it is. I've got nothing better to do tonight.
Alright. Go with them.
This is not how I was expecting this conversation to go, by the way. Just to clarify. Alright,
The walk through the front door approach doesn't normally work, but
no,
sometimes.
but sometimes you roll 4 successes on a difficulty 8, and Rasputin was amused enough by the way you came off, so... What are the odds that... Okay. Let's roll a percentile. Let's roll a percentile. Akuma,
Yep.
you get a call that Raz is heading towards the mountain.
Right on schedule. I start making my way for the mountain.
All right. And as I recall, we've got somebody else at the mountain who spent a while talking to spirits and will probably be leaving around this time. Well, that's fabulous. So did the two of you decide you were doing anything tonight?
I mean, mostly I was just trying to focus in on that little drill thing and figure out where exactly it was, but
It's in the mountain.
I can't tell.
It's going to take
It's
a
in the
long
mountain.
time to get anywhere. It's a mountain.
I can't tell where it is.
It's, I don't know, probably about half a mile into the mountain.
It's been 1 day or 2.
I think it's been like a day and a half or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it hasn't gone like super straight. You know, it's been
Yeah.
investigating little pockets and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's about a half a kilometer tall mountain, and it's it's much wider at its base. So
I'll primarily just trying to focus on that, see how far I can push my senses through it, basically.
I mean, you're focusing on it's not going to make it go any faster.
Yeah.
It's just going.
All right.
I'm gonna see if the clock shop is still open.
Go to the clock shop?
Yeah.
Sure. It's about 8 at night. It's not open, but
Okay.
there's lights on from upstairs.
Just lights on upstairs.
The guy probably lives here in the upstairs apartment.
I'll go ahead and rattle the door. Knock. Whatever.
Okay, you knock on the door. A few moments later, a
Oh boy.
a tall, thin man with black hair that's, pulled back, but just perfectly, wavy, slightly unkempt, but very much in order, comes down. He's got all black on. He's got black pants over black shoes. He's wearing a scarlet button-up shirt with a black vest, and he's got a coat. The skinny linen coats, like that, and the outside of it is black, and it's lined with red velvet.
How nice.
He comes down and he opens the door.
Hey.
Hello there, Duncan. Come on in.
I'll follow. I can go in.
I would like to note that room perception awareness.
Perception. Awareness. Okay. 5. Is this sight or not?
No,
Okay.
this is magical.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Difficulty 6. No, difficulty 4. It's not hard
4?
to tell.
2 successes.
So, you don't have a lot of formal magic training, but
Right.
there's a massive amount of magical energy here, and it makes the hairs on the back of your neck rise. Like,
Yes.
something is wrong here. And you can't tell, you don't know what it is, but something is just uncomfortable feeling magically about this place.
Something like it's not supposed to be here.
Something like somebody's broken everything you saw, every rule you thought you knew about magic.
I see. So, I was just curious about some things. I was kind of studying on my own a little bit about magic in this part of the universe. And I've come across the word paradox, and I was wondering if you knew anything about it.
I know a couple things about it.
Can you erase it, or is it something?
It can be removed.
What?
It can be removed quite easily.
Really?
Yes.
How easily? Something I can learn?
I don't know if you have the inclination towards the kinds of ways that I get around these things.
I see.
But do you have some?
Yeah, in my back pocket. Yes, I do, actually.
You got the third eye?
If you can read it, yeah.
Interesting. Oh, that's hardly any at all.
No, hardly at all. But
Unlikely to cause any problems in the near future, don't worry.
Don't worry, be happy.
Yes. Most mages get all strung up about this paradox thing. It's really not a bother at all.
I see.
Yes. You've been speaking too much with Galadir, I presume.
Yeah, every once in a while I hear him complaining about things, but, you know, just kind of curious.
Yes. So, will you be joining your friends tonight?
Why? What are they doing?
Well, from what I understand, they're going to the mountain.
Again? Sounds like fun.
Yes.
I mean, it's still early. Maybe I'll head over there and see what's going on.
The mountain is a beautiful view at night. Suicide Cliff is lovely this time of evening.
Is it?
Especially for those who have a particular sort of view.
Particular sort? Like,
Why do I get the bad feeling that
Magical?
he's eating people's souls to remove his paradox?
Would
Oh,
you
of
be
course.
surprised?
No, I wouldn't at all.
because
in the
that's
slightest.
what. Because isn't. No, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Nothing.
Well,
Anything else I can do for you?
no, probably there's a lot of things you can do for me, but you probably won't. So
Some souls for that?
I'll head off.
Have fun. As you walk out, the door closes behind you.
I'll grab a cab.
You go to the mountain.
Sure.
All right, you go to the
I
mountain.
still.
What are you doing tonight, Dave?
Am I starting to get horrible feelings in the back of my mind?
I mean, when do you not?
Or do I not?
Oh, by the way, I am calling Yaren and letting him know that Raz is on the move towards the mountain.
Okay. He confirms that he's already there. So he'll keep an eye out at the mountain.
Only gonna end well.
I kind of don't have a reason to be at the mountain.
No. Okay. So,
So-
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, you go. You go to bed.
But I'm kind of curious.
Definitely keeping an ear out for any alerts either from the party dying or from the hospital asking me to identify a body or, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna send a text message to Dave to see if he's. I don't know if he's on duty or not. I'll just ask him if he's going toward the mountain.
You go
Because
to
I'm wondering what he said my friends are going to the mountain. I'm just wondering how many.
All right.
So I'm just gonna text him, see if he's going to the mountain.
You receive no text.
Aha, that makes sense.
Nice. Nice.
So you're heading over to the mountain, though? Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. So at the mountain, the first person to get to the spot where you're going is Torel and Raz. So you've been walking and chatting. He's really quite a charming fellow. You know, he's got a good sense of humor. Loves to reminisce about the old days, and you know, Torel gets along great with people like this. Torel's a wonderful judge of character.
Precisely. Well, ex-husbands.
Did Akuma become too good of a person for you in this life?
I think so.
You reach a point towards the base of the mountain, and you get that feeling in your head. It's stronger here than it was anywhere else. Right there, he says, pointing at a shrub.
She'll look at it. Does she see anything?
No.
It's in the shrubbery.
He waves his wand, and the shrub bursts into flames. It's not burning, though, but it illuminates the wall behind it that slowly vanishes.
Now, the old illusory wall trick. You're not supposed to hit with a sword, but, you know.
Okay. And what's beyond?
A tunnel.
All right, she'll go in.
Raz cocks his head. Shall I nut you on next of Kindo?
She'll stop. Bad idea.
I told you there's a reason you didn't want to go down there.
Then how would you suggest I get the book?
I suggest you don't.
Is there a way to get the book that would not kill me?
Oh, it won't kill you going down there, just make you wish it had. Trust me.
Is there a way to avoid that?
No. Esmeen thinks to drill through the mountain, but what she doesn't realize is that passage isn't in the mountain.
Well darn.
So, there you go. I suppose if you're bound and determined, I won't stop you.
I should probably discuss this with the rest of my group.
Around that time, Akuma, you're running at impossible speeds.
Yeah. Slightly more than humanly possible.
You approach and you see Raz and Torel standing in front of a tunnel with a burning bush.
So he just kind of like, because as a user of Dough, with Plum Flower Blossom, he can just kind of be jumping between trees.
The light is coming from a crook where you'd have to kind of get up into a tunnel system to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a closed off one, but it's under a few arches, so it's not in the open.
Okay.
You just see the light flickering, and as you approach, you see that.
So he sort of like
And
takes up a high ground perch and looks down at the area. Raz!
Oh! How are you doing, Akuma? He says, nodding his head.
Good to see you out in the open.
Yes. Get stuffy in that tower.
You know, I'll never understand why you decided to go with the wizard motif. It's 2018, man.
No respect for the old ways, these youths. How atrocious.
Well, no. I really don't.
And you're an Akashic, you say?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yes, take what you will. Take the techniques, ignore the traditions. How very...
Me?
youthful.
Hello, come on.
Torel.
Oh, you know each other. How delightful.
Are you just going to stand here, or are we going to do this?
Well, I'm not in your turf, and you're not in my turf.
What do you think about that? Oh, wait, no, you haven't heard yet. You don't have a communication system. Right.
Is there something I should know?
Right about now, cutters are going to be losing ground soon.
There's 12 of you.
Sure. With explosives.
How very crude. You're bound and determined, he says, pulling out his wand.
Well, I've got a few minutes to kill before the sheriff gets here.
Well, you got the sheriff with you. Are you his lapdog?
No, but not having him on my back makes my life easier. And he's decided that he wants you out of his life.
Yes.
Works well for all
He's
of us.
not on your back, you're just in his pocket. How very convenient.
Well, we don't deal in humans. So,
Are you implying I should stop to curry favor with him?
no. I'm just saying that because you do, there's no going back.
And you think I'm intimidated by Aaron?
Intimidated or not, you don't have a chance against both of us.
And why do you say that? You've seen what I've done before.
I have. You haven't seen what I've done before.
Well, I'd love to stay and chat, but I really do have more important things to attend to. I wish you luck, Torel, he says, leaning down and kissing your hand properly. He waves his wand over his head and vanishes in a plume of smoke.
Can I track that? What kind of spell it is?
Do you have Prime? Do
No, but I do have awareness.
you have Correspondence?
No.
Then no.
Okay.
But you know that he's not a master of illusions.
Yeah. Okay.
So, teleporting is one of his things.
Yeah.
You would know, like, magically, like, correspondence and entropy are very much his.
Mm-hmm. So I will jump down from my tree. So did you have a good time?
Yes, I did.
Find out anything useful?
Yes. The book is down there.
Why do I feel like that's not the simple answer?
But apparently, if we go down there, then we will wish that we're dead. And there's no way around it.
Mm-hmm. What are we waiting for?
I don't know if that's the best idea.
Do we have anything else to do?
Torel is the voice of wisdom? What
Something's
is this
wrong.
world?
It's not really Terrell. It's a doppelganger.
Alright.
I mean, we've got about 5 minutes before Aaron gets here.
If you want to, I'll go with you.
I should probably get everyone up here before we do this. But this is what we've been looking for, and if no one knows another way around it, nothing to do but go in. Let's see if we can't gather everyone. I will send the text out. Meet at my location.
At that point, the other two individuals arrive.
Poof.
You get no such text.
I get nothing, of course.
Oh, there's the two of you.
There's two of us, yeah.
We found the book. Pointing at the tunnel behind you.
Oh.
Cool. Huh. Yeah.
Apparently it's dangerous, though.
Yeah, that's
Those
what I've been
scenery's
hearing.
rather nice.
What?
He's a white-collar jackass, yes.
Yeah, no, that's very fitting. It's a very good description.
You just don't know how to talk to people.
No, actually, that's my job. I just don't like talking to people who deal in slaves. I will remind you that it's probably his biggest trade.
Not anymore. Drugs are bigger.
Ice is bigger, yeah, but still.
It was for a while, though.
Well, he helped me.
Yeah. Yeah. So do a lot of people that we need to kill.
The two of you walk in right as he says that statement.
Who are we killing now?
What's going on?
We're going to be killing Rasputin in a bit, but yeah, we've got this tunnel here. Supposedly dangerous. Apparently Rasputin's scared of it, which is interesting. Which is nice to know. But apparently it's the only way to get to the book that is known. So, if we intend to do our business here, we really don't have a choice, do we?
Probably not.
Seems that way. So are we just waiting for everyone else to arrive?
I sent a message out. If everyone else gets here, then...
I mean, it's the four of you right now. There's only one other individual.
Fine, there's two.
But
He's still tunneling the mountain.
he's probably already down there.
Anyone got a line on Dave?
I sent him a text a while ago. He didn't answer back.
Hasn't answered me yet either.
What was the items we had that also let us communicate?
We'll call him up.
The stones, yeah.
The stones. I'll use that to try.
The stone doesn't let you communicate with each other. It lets you communicate with Aaron or Card, whichever one's out in the woods.
Actually, that's a good point, though. I used the stone.
Yeah.
Hey, Aaron, Card, whichever one you use there.
Yeah?
Can you
Says
get
Aaron.
Can you get a hold of Tarasu?
Don't you have a cell phone?
Yeah, he's not
That's one of those worlds where cell phones exist, right? I'm not off
It
my
is.
rocker.
It is, but he's not answering.
Well, I'll try to call just to see if he answers.
It goes to voicemail.
Okay.
He is a doctor after all.
He could just be busy at the hospital.
You realize that time doesn't flow super well, right? Like, me trying to contact him could take 2 years in your time.
Better than doing nothing.
Okay, just don't expect me to get back to you right away.
I don't.
Okay. Will do.
And I get nothing, I'm sure.
Well, yeah.
Well, you will in about 6 years.
You might get something, who knows? It'll take a while, though.
Well, you might be on another...
6 years down the line. Hey, you're not answering your calls. Answering my calls? This world doesn't have phones!
yeah, you'll be on a different planet.
Just like three weeks from now in this timeline.
Well, we'll be walking around seeing a smoke signal from nowhere.
Until then, do we want to wait for Yaron, see if we can have his back up too, or we want to just get going?
You left Jaren, and he could probably be here in about 5 minutes, Skylar.
He shouldn't be too far behind. You were here not too long ago.
I don't know. Do we trust him?
I mean, I trust him further than I can throw him, and he's not that heavy. I could throw him pretty far. But I do trust him further than that, though. So.
Okay.
So you let him arrive?
Hmm?
Yaren walks briskly around the corner and then looks at the burning bush and then at the
That
tunnel
way.
and then the rest of you.
Book's that way. Raz took off.
I don't like that Raz took off. That's concerning.
Apparently this place scares him.
He might
That's
have gone for
also
a read.
concerning.
He might be going
we
for
all
reinforcements.
okay that Raz just ran off?
Go, Gadget, voice of reason!
Unfortunately, this is apparently our only way to get to the book, and we've got no other choice but to get to the book.
You're gonna go walk through the hole that he's scared of.
Yeah. It's
And
not a
he's-
good. It's not a good
and he
option, but it's
pointed it
currently
out.
our only option.
If he pointed it out, it might be a trap too.
It also could be a trap. This is true. But it's currently our only option. Unless you got something better up your sleeve.
I mean, not really. I should probably go run containment on him, though.
Yeah. He's probably going to be going looking for the explosions. So keep an eye on him, man.
Sure.
You didn't have to tell him about the explosions.
It was the only way I was going to get him to move.
And now he's gone.
Yeah. Now he's gone.
Oh. Working with gangs, says Yaren as he runs off.
Get used to it.
Alright, he runs off.
Going in.
We got nothing to lose but our lives.
At this point. Yeah.
Alright, you all go into the tunnel?
The DM looks way too happy.
Do you all go into the tunnel?
Our objective is laid bare before us, and all we've been told is it's dangerous. We going in?
If you go in, I go in.
Anyone have a real reason to not go in right now?
Besides the dangerous part.
Yes, there's that. But anyone have a better answer?
I'm wondering if we can do an echolocation thing, find out where the tunnel goes from up here, and then drill in from a different direction.
You have correspondence, right?
I do.
He does.
You can tell that this is not just a tunnel. It's taking you somewhere
Oh, okay.
different.
Different.
So it's not in the mountain.
No.
So our little drill is not doing any good. Much
No.
good.
No.
So
So we can probably put that plan to rest.
we can't even get in here through the mountain. So there's no point in trying any other entrance, basically, is what you're saying.
Right, yeah, basically.
Basically.
Okay. Well,
Does anyone have a better option?
not right now.
Because at this point, either I'm going into this tunnel or I'm going out to fight a gang war. I just want to know which way I'm spending my evening right now.
We could go to a gang war. Side trip.
Do you guys want to go fight a gang war?
You notice that the bush is starting to flicker down.
Because we're either going in now or we're not.
All
You
right.
go in, I will go in.
The question is who will be able to get back out. Once
Yeah,
this
that's the other thing.
disappears.
Is if
I
this
know.
thing flickers out, we don't. Well, it wasn't our magic that set this open, so it might close up.
And now that we know where it is and Rasputin doesn't want to go in himself.
What I'm hearing is you guys want to go help me fight a gang war.
That might be more fun.
The bush is starting to flicker out.
If we're going, we need to go now.
That's what I'm asking all
Yeah,
of you.
I don't know. I'd rather go.
I don't know
I'd rather
the
go
thing.
fight something.
The choice is going to be made for us either way if we don't.
We have about 5, 4.
Is anybody walking
3.
into the tunnel?
No, I don't feel
I
like.
mean,
walking to a
Charles next to Faust, if he, or Akuma. If he goes in, she'll go in. So,
tunnel. Yeah, I think we should probably just hang around and because we can always open this thing again. We know where it is now.
no, we can't open it. Again.
Well, maybe Clockmaker can or somebody.
Fire is down to embers. There's a faint. The door is half translucent.
Screw it, this is why we came here. And I start shoving people through the door.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Oh no.
All right.
Nope. There you go.
So Dave, you wake up in the morning.
Oh boy.
We're all dead!
And your phone dings. You got a text message and a missed call, and another text message.
Who are they from?
You've got 2 from Duncan and 1 from Akuma.
When were they sent?
100% last night.
Check my phone volume settings. It wasn't silenced or anything.
No.
What'd they say?
Talking about something about going to the mountain.
Dude, you missed the best party.
See,
Feeling at the drill. They didn't blow up the mountain or anything. I mean,
Mountain's still there.
all right.
If you look out your window, there's still a mountain there.
Good. Just knowing how things have gone before, that's not necessarily a guarantee. So,
I think you're the only one who has, like, majorly disrupted the entire culture by... No, they took down the Tower of the Emperor, too. No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Can I tell if there is anything like, because it didn't go off.
No.
Because I was specifically trying to pay attention to it. So, can I tell if there's some kind of magic on it?
Perception awareness.
All right.
Perception. 6.
Awareness.
Like, who was like, you guys are not going to make a decision, we're just going to go.
Difficulty. Nice. 1, 2.
Akuma in
3 successes.
Faust in this setting is
No magic.
a better person than Faust in Worldfire, also a less patient person than Faust in Worldfire.
I'm going to call first Duncan.
He had a long game.
It stops. Like, it goes straight into voicemail, no ring.
Calling Akuma. Same with the rest of them. I'm gonna call Yaren.
Alright, it rings for a second, Yaren picks up. Hey. Dave, yeah?
Yeah. Do you know anything about, something about the mountain? Akuma, Duncan, the rest
You
of them?
haven't been able to get a hold of him either.
Apparently they tried to contact me last night. I thought I was paying attention to it,
They
but...
said they found the book.
They found the book.
Yeah,
How?
tunnel.
Tunnel?
On the side of the mountain. I suppose I could show you where.
Did they say how they found it?
No, actually.
Darn.
We did tell him that Raz was afraid of this place, though. So.
Yeah, but he didn't tell you I found it.
Yeah, they tell you Raz found it, yeah.
I bumped into Rasputin. What?
Right. I'll meet you there if you can show me.
Alright. I'll be there in 30.
Alright.
Go to the mountain.
I'm just curious enough. I just want to at least go past this clock shop that everyone's been talking about.
Alright. You drop by the Clockworks.
Just trying to
Curious
feel
when we end
out
up.
for...
I'm curious when we end up.
Just trying to search for what exactly this magical...
Oh, it's real obvious.
Okay, then.
There's a lot of paradox here.
Can I really tell much about it, or...
How much can you tell about a hurricane by looking at gusts of wind?
Alright. Point taken. I hate having the possibility of tipping my hand like this, but I know he's not a hunter. And I know he probably already knows who I am if he really is untethered. I mean, it's not like a really tall guy with green hair is subtle. So, using matter, seeing if I can see figures in there that shouldn't be in there. Like, just getting a general idea of what this building is. If there's anything
the
incredibly
lower level
suspicious.
clock shop, the upper level is an apartment. There are 2 people in there.
2 people?
Mm-hmm.
Judging by the amount of times that Kai has gone over there, it's probably him and Tarn.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get to the mountain first, and if I learn anything horrible and universe-bending, then I'll go blame him. So,
You meet up with Yaren at the mountain, and Yaren is standing there, And as you walk up, you see a shrub in front of a mountain, in front of a wall that Yaren's standing in front of. All right, Dave. He points. That's it.
I'm guessing there's more here than just a shrub.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is, though.
Matter? See if this is made of anything weird?
Alright. As you cast the spell, the bush is made of bush. But...
The bush is made of bush.
It's made of bush. There is a small note buried just next to it.
Pick it up.
Right, you uncover it and you pick it up.
C sharp.
It says, "Are you willing to work with me in a flowing calligraphy?"
Are you willing
It's
to work
signed
with me?
Esmeen.
Esmeen. Matter, can I tell from the ink when this might have been written?
Sure, roll me matter.
I can't tell if that just has an incidental rhyme in it or if it's actually like
Three
has
Three successes?
set up.
3 successes. It would. This is not old at all. A couple hours.
So this was written last night. So Esmeen just kidnapped all my friends. Great. Probably. Doing a bit of a variant of... Wait, so when you
notice
saw
that
them
on,
here...
on the flip side, there is a string on the flip side of the note, and it says, "Wrap this around your finger to show you your friends."
That's the last thing I'm going to do. So what exactly was it you saw here then?
That shrub was on fire. That wall was a tunnel.
Doing sort of a variant of the echolocation punching that we did. Investigate that.
Sure.
See nothing?
Roll me your matter.
Doesn't matter. Difficulty...
It's matter 1, so 5.
Oh, okay. 3 successes.
Sure is a wall.
Nothing
Sure is
behind
rock.
it. Alright. Well...
Set the bush on fire.
So they're not here. When we go to the Wood Between the Worlds, we can then return to that world basically at the same time that it was, or...
Yeah, whenever you leave and you come back at that exact place, time, everything.
So there's no passage of time, really?
Correct.
I think I'm going to take a pit stop there and see what might be going on.
Alright, roll me willpower.
Willpower.
It'll take you a minute to kind of phase out. You sit down and focus.
Cool. Difficulty...
6.
6. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Seven successes.
Alright. You emerge from the pool, and you see Arn standing there, holding a crystal. Oh! Yee, I just got off with your friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Have they stopped by here by any chance?
No, they put in a call. They said they were trying to get a hold of you, and they couldn't. They were going into some sort of tunnel.
They went missing. I got a note from Esmeen.
Interesting.
Trying to figure out if maybe they went this way, but I'm guessing they didn't.
Yeah. Also, it wouldn't matter if they'd come this way. They would still be in that world to you.
Yes.
Every life you start, you have to finish out, even if you put it off for a while.
Yes. Did the note come with me?
No.
I described what the note was. Any idea what kind of magic that might be? Or would that be something more unique to that world?
I don't know that world. It didn't come with you, so it's not from here.
Great. Well, right now, not a whole lot of people I can turn to on this. Any... Great.
That's not Gilda's specialty, so she's not going to be much good to you.
No. Asmine. Is Asmine part of the official Chaos Lotus, or is she doing her own thing?
Well, she may not like the Chaos Lotus, but she is technically part of their number.
Just trying to think of anyone that would know more about what she'd be doing. And right now, half of the group has already been apparently paying visits to Tarn behind my back. May as well go see what all the hype is about. Seems like he's the only person that might know anything about this. And as much as I don't like to admit it, I'd rather go to him than Asmine. He's at least predictable from what I've seen.
Are you sure about that one?
Like, I'm trying to weigh this over here. Turner as me.
Alright,
So,
have fun.
chaotic,
good luck.
neutral, insane, or
Yeah.
neutral, lawful, evil somewhere in there between Esmeen and Tarn.
This is kind of the last thing I ever wanted to do.
Lawful evil, chaotic evil?
Why can't my lives ever be simple? Jump back in.
I think she's lawful evil.
You hop in.
Lawful evil.
Yeah, she's lawful evil.
I
Chaotic
discussed this with Jonathan before I died.
Lawful
You
evil,
hop back in,
insane,
you go to Tarn?
chaotic evil, having fun.
Yep. I'm going to stop by the clock shop.
Alright, you walk in.
Honestly, I can't wait.
Are you open the door?
Yep.
Tarn is standing behind the counter, and you see Kai folding origami in the corner. He looked up and waves. Ah, ye. What can I do for you today? He's smiling.
Well, I was hoping we could have a little talk.
I'm always willing to talk.
Ask him to burn a bush for you.
No. I'm curious. Why... Well, I guess I could phrase this question as, why do you always seem to be on the periphery of everything going wrong in the universe, but,
It's a fun place to be.
why here?
Why not?
There's something in it for you. Has to be, I'm guessing.
Why does there have to be something in it for me?
Well, I've noticed there's a whole lot of, to put it nicely, magical potential energy floating around here. This whole building could easily turn itself inside out, probably take the whole island with it. Either you're significantly more powerful and have more resources than I'd like, or you're a whole lot dumber than you look, and honestly, I don't know which one scares me more.
He says, walking up, and he puts a hand on your shoulder.
I
He
kind of
leans-
flinch away from it. I step away from it.
He leans in and he whispers, "Some people just want to watch the world burn." He leans back, still smiling as disconcertingly as ever.
Just here for the fun of it.
No games between us, ye.
Oh boy.
See, in Faust's darkest time, that would never be something that he would say.
Yes, I know. Like, what? That's why I was saying, lesser of two evils between him and Esmeen is a hard choice. Lesser of two evils between basically anyone vaguely associated with him and you is a very easy choice. There's a lot of entities that want to see the world burn.
No, they want to make the world burn. There's a difference.
And you're just here with the popcorn to watch it all.
Yes, rather.
And marshmallows.
They want to make the world burn to watch it burn.
Metaphors are complicated. Ever so predictable. Dull, actually.
Really?
Yes.
And how would their motives be different from yours?
They have something to gain.
Power? The show of the whole thing?
Oh, yes. They feed off of it.
And you don't.
No.
Enigmatic as ever.
Yes.
Well,
Do you know hand following them? Is that why you've come? Dear old
You seem to
Esme,
know a
give you
lot.
choice. Yes, I do.
Esme. What do you know about her?
Spoiled brat. But powerful in her own right.
Powerful in her own right, and entirely too dangerous for my tastes.
So you came to Tarn.
To be fair, he doesn't know the full extent of power.
That's fair.
I don't...
None of us really do. The only people that do are in a different campaign way in the future of our setting.
Look, you've come to me for a reason, I'm sure. Someone like you doesn't just come to speak.
I'm trying to figure out which one's the lesser of two evils right now.
Esmin. As he said that, he turns and walks back over to Guy and begins showing him some origami.
Oh, Tarn is the best.
Okay.
I hate my lives so much. Why can't the world be simple?
It's so
Why
fun
can't the
playing
world be
characters who's a
simple?
lot more relaxed around Tarn. Because Cadmus had no chill when it came to Tarn.
This is like the version of the character that gets along with Tarn.
Well, I suppose that settles it, doesn't it? I facepalm and walk out.
Alright.
Terrell, we are going to have some words when I find you.
We gotta have some words, man.
She's the best judge of character.
I'm gonna head back to where I found the note and
Tie a red string of destiny around your finger.
leave a text with Yaren and with Gilda, basically briefly summarizing the situation and saying, hey, if I spontaneously vanish, if you don't hear more back from me, I guess the fight moves on to you.
Alright.
Good luck.
You put the spring on.
Yep.
Roll me a willpower check.
Okay,
At
this
least
is
you
like
can do that.
evil Austin.
I can make some serious willpower rolls.
You can, actually. Like,
My goodness.
I'm kind of curious.
Let me just take these two real quick.
You drop one.
Guess I dropped one.
You have one more willpower than I do.
Yes, I've been putting every single experience point I've gotten in. Difficulty?
6. It's a pose check.
Oh, good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 successes? Didn't get any explosions. It sucked.
But you got
I have 8 willpower. I'm the paladin of the party, sir.
Of your eight dice, 7 of them were successes, but none of them were explosions.
You wrap the string around your finger, and you feel something you feel a geos try to be placed upon you, and you tell it no.
It's like, nah.
You dismiss it, and you feel a sigh in your head. And after a moment or two of hesitation, the bush bursts into flames, revealing a tunnel.
Yi and my vampire character would get along so well.
Do you go into the tunnel?
No other choice. Knight in shining armor mode engaged.
All right.
Walk in.
You walk into the tunnel, and that seems like a great place for a break. Right back.
Hello, and welcome to Final Show Film.
Wrong one, hit the wrong button. And we're back. Hello,
Yeah,
everybody.
it helps you hit the right button.
So, Dave.
Running into a dark cave. Actually, is it a dark cave?
No.
Magically illuminated?
You're walking down the tunnel and you see a bright light at the end.
You and your crazy plans.
Light. Ah, sure.
All right.
Actually, matter to investigate forward a little bit, see how big this cave system is, now that I'm in the actual cave system.
Roll me your spell casting.
Yeesh. 2 successes.
It's not a material you're familiar with at all.
Is it a material that should exist in this world? Like, is it an actual atomic element that should exist?
No, but that doesn't mean it's not necessarily from this world. It's complicated.
Does it have an atomic structure? Can I rationalize this with my mathing?
No.
Okay.
There is no rationalizing this.
Okay.
You walk down the tunnel.
Yep.
It has more protons and neutrons than anything on the periodic table should.
You reach a large open field. It's a
Large open field with like...
meadow full of people. A lot of them are sort of ambiguous. But one particular individual walks up to you. He's got a shining white cloth wrapped about him in an archaic, like Roman style. Ah. Dave, we have been waiting for you. I am Virgil, and I am to be your guide here.
Oh my God! You're in the 9 circles of hell.
This is why you were asking me about this.
What was he asking you about Dante's Inferno?
Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
So it's just a big open meadow with a fairly nondescript sky?
Yeah,
No,
people are
Were
talking.
you the one that had you not read Inferno before?
Oh no, he had.
How far out does the meadow stretch?
Endlessly.
Behind me, is the cave gone?
Yes.
How many people? Do they stretch on endlessly as well?
Yes.
Who are these people?
These are the people who do not deserve the punishments of the lower layers.
So I'm in purgatory right now.
Yes. How very sweet of you. There were others who came this way, not so deserving as you.
Not so deserving? In what way?
I will show you. Will you follow?
Well, I guess there isn't really much else I can do at this point, so why not?
All right. So, you go to... as you go down, he shows you, you begin to descend through the floor, floating down. The scene around you is just writhing with snakes. You walk on a narrow catwalk and you see pits full of snakes everywhere around you. And in one of them is your compatriot Skylar, just laying in a pit of snakes.
Is he healthy?
He's alive. Healthy is not a word I would apply to somebody who is being punished in a sort
Pick
of
him up.
hell.
Draw him up.
How?
He's in, like, the bottom of a pit?
Yes.
What does the pit like? Just
Snakes.
covered in snakes. Totally covered in snakes.
Pit is snakes.
I think you're missing the pit full of snakes part of this.
Pit made of snakes?
Yes.
Made of snakes, full of snakes, just snakes.
Yes.
Snake.
It's snakes all the way down.
Snake.
Yes. You mentioned the snake dimension. If you had an electron microscope to see their atoms, you'd learn that their atoms were actually also tiny snakes.
How deep is this pit?
The pit itself is about 50 feet below you.
It's made of snakes, right?
Yes.
Start grabbing snakes and tossing them aside. I'm gonna dig a ramp down to him.
I've got some bad news about how snakes move. They do.
So they just keep flowing back into the spaces that I'm making?
Yeah.
Life magic.
By the way, Skylar, you have been writhing in a pit of venomous snakes all evening. And you see,
I thought they were snakes.
as you see the figure of Dave appear at the edge of the pit.
Life magic to... Life magic to, I guess, pacify the snakes in a pathway down so I can possibly climb along them?
Sure. Roll me that. If you want them to be stiff, you'll also have to have matter.
I have matter, yes.
You can do
Life, matter, and mind.
Yeah. Give me both. Just give me matter 2, life 3.
I have matter to life 3.
Perfect. So difficulty 7.
Alright. That is a success.
They stop moving, but they're still sort of loose in the pit. Like, you can climb down, but you're not sure how sturdy it would be.
Climbing is strength, right?
Yeah, that'd be strength athletics. You can make me an argument for stamina, though, depending on if you're going slowly.
I'm
it's
good at
stamina.
both, so...
If you're going slowly, it's stamina. If you're trying to go down quickly, it's strength.
Alright. I'll take it slow.
Alright, roll me stamina athletics.
Athletics. Yoink. Difficulty 6. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, you climb down to Skylar. Alright, Skylar, roll me willpower. Difficulty 6.
One.
1 success?
Yep.
Okay. Your mind is racked by the horrors of these snakes, and you feel no compulsion to help him help you.
So is he
the world
recoiling
is
away from me?
meaningless and pointless. No, he's just laying there. The world is meaningless and pointless right now. All that exists are snakes and punishments. And, like, your mind is writhing in horror.
I have mind magic for that.
Do you now?
Yes.
Use some of that.
Yes, I do. Try to break through this. Difficulty?
How much mind do you have?
2 points of mind.
6.
Alright. That was 1, 2, 3. 3 successes.
3 successes? Alright. You feel your subconscious being pushed aside and your will is being returned to you. You suddenly wake up and you're like, I'm in a pit of snakes. And this is bad and horrible, yes, but I should get out of this. The more standard reaction to being in a pit of snakes than just laying there and accepting your fate.
Yeah, I quickly get up and just any that are on me, I just try to...
I guess, okay. You can't just get up and get any that are on you because you're standing on snakes.
Oh, okay.
And in snakes. And
okay.
under snakes.
There are snakes everywhere.
Yes.
So there's a lot of snakes,
Crawl
but
through them.
I made a...
Stair step of snakes.
Yes, there's a... there's a
There's
ladder of
snakes.
snakes.
Snakes and
Ladders.
Snakes of ladders.
Snake
Don't
ladders.
slip.
Snake ladders.
You're looking to climb, not
So-
slide.
Need some help.
Yes, very much so, please.
Is he
Kind of covered in snakes here.
The calmest reaction to being covered in snakes.
Is he physically injured?
How many snake bites?
He is a snake bite right now.
In that case, I've got some life magic that would like to talk with those snake bites. I'm a doctor, turns out.
You want to get him out of the snakes
Get
first?
him out of there first.
Your inner
Concentrate
doctor
on him
says,
out.
step one, get him out,
Get him out
of
of there
the pit
first.
of the sharp
As long as he's
fanged
not.
venom.
Yeah.
Alright, I was thinking more so for the point of making it easier to take him up, but
You could.
I've got enough physical
Yeah.
stats.
You haul him out.
Yeah. Roll for that, or...
No, just you haul that. You got down, you can get back up.
I've got 4 dots in stamina.
You can get the legendary Super Saiyan Broly out.
Now that we are... There's still snakes all over the floor, aren't there?
Well, you're on the catwalk where there aren't any snakes.
Okay. Heal him of the snake bite that he has become.
Alright,
Hopefully.
roll me your life. Difficulty 7.
Difficulty 7. 1, 2... 2 successes?
Alright, you're not feeling any worse, but you feel swollen. Like, you ever had a snake bite?
No.
Okay, neither have I. Have you ever had like a spider bite though?
Probably.
Like, you know, the skin feels really taut and
yeah.
like uncomfortable. That's you,
That's all of you.
and everything hurts to touch. But you're not in the snakes anymore.
It's an improvement.
It is definitely an improvement.
It would be hard for it not to be. So,
Thank you, David.
Are we ready to continue, says Virgil? You have retrieved what you needed.
so how did you end up here exactly?
We went through the door.
We went through the passage.
You went to the passage, and as you walked out the tunnel, you fell into a pit of snakes. You were the first person to fall. You don't know what happened to the rest.
Fun. Well. Let's go on with this big fancy metaphor that I'm entirely not Catholic enough to appreciate fully. I'll move on with them.
All right. As you go on, Virgil takes you through. In the next layer is
What's that all about?
he's going to need a diaper change in the near future.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and the back of his outfit's wet.
Wonderful. I will be back.
All right.
Go for it.
So the next layer is an ocean of oil that's on fire.
Like
Yeah.
crude oil or
Floating on the top.
what kind of
and
oil?
burning.
Like the kind that you would burn in a lamp.
Okay.
And it's burning and boiling and bubbling. Thankfully, you don't stop here. Because I determined that none of you were super guilty of the sin of greed.
Okay. Cool. Violence is going to be a fun circle, but you know.
Speaking of that circle,
That's the next one, huh?
That's
Hey, Duncan!
we're not going off of the Dante circles. We're going off of the Pope Gregory I circles from 590 AD.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah. You go down a layer, and you see a chamber, and you see Duncan. Because, of course, he
I've
was.
already expelled my dynamite. Didn't do any good, right?
Well, upon falling down, you
You
were
lose
strapped
everything.
to a table, and your legs and arms are being ripped off and then grown back and then ripped off repeatedly.
By what?
There are these giant turning gears, and like about every
I was
5
wondering if they'd be
minutes they turn
harpies.
and they catch onto your they catch onto a limb, a rope from it, and then it pulls until it rips it off, and by the time it comes back around, it's grown back.
Being mechanically drawn and quartered repeatedly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Okay. That sounds like a fun thing.
I'm
Roll me a willpower check, Mr. Duncan.
Miracle. Two, 3.
A lot of willpower. So, at first, your reaction was just full of wrath and anger. You tried to fight against it. But upon seeing Dave, you were able to settle your mind and be like, hold on. That's a way out. You set aside the sort of like blood red rage in your head. So, you may interact with the two of them as per,
Whatever they do.
So, how is he secured down?
He is like spiky leather straps are strapping him to a table, and he's suspended about like 50 feet in the air.
Oh, he's suspended about like 50 feet in the air.
Yeah.
What is this mechanism? Like, are these massively, like, comically oversized gears?
Yes.
Great.
Could I try correspondence in mind to try to telekinesis the straps off?
You have the correspondence and forces.
Where is it really?
Or what do you have aside from correspondence?
And mind?
Mine's not going to affect the straps.
Because in there it says combined correspondence, forces, matter, and life. He's able to employ telekinesis, pyrokinesis, and psychokinetic assaults.
Correspondence and matter would work.
I don't know how matter. Yeah. All right.
Correspondence and mind would be like telepathy.
Is this machine only in the air, or is it all around us?
All around you. You're in like a giant chamber of spinning, crushing, grinding gears.
Can I...
It's also covered in blood.
Can I, like, use matter or just even possibly an academics roll to see if there's some kind of a weak spot here?
Sure, you can give me wits and academics.
Cool.
Or esoterica would also apply.
I have more academics. Difficulty?
7.
1, 2, 3 successes.
3 successes? Alright, so there's no way on Earth you're ever jamming these gears.
I'm looking for something that I could make a bit more brittle. Something that if it was made more... So if something was made more brittle, or if something was made more slippery.
There's a primary gear in that has a hand crank to it that you're guessing is the driving gear. Theoretically, somebody should be turning it, but it's been, set magically to go by itself.
Turning gear. Alright, can I tell if the force is coming from the crank or the gear?
Do you have forces?
I don't have forces
Does
now.
anybody in this room have forces, maybe?
I do. But I was thinking...
But you might be too far away.
No, he
Well, no.
can
I
he's
can do
only
it
50 feet
across.
up. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You gonna use forces?
To stop the
Who's
wheel.
going to be anywhere
at
can be
least?
pried.
You can use forces to determine if the force is going on that handle.
Oh no,
Using.
I can snap that handle off, or at least make an attempt.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll me forces. It's difficulty 6 because you don't have access to any of your stuff to do it, but detecting forces is easy.
Okay.
Forces and arete.
Right.
Oh, yeah, right. Not in the Gregorian one, not in the Pope one, no. Yeah.
It's not what?
2.
I level for pride in the
3.
Pope ring.
3 successes.
As in the
3
Inferno ring,
successes?
that's 9, where
That's treachery. You're
Satan
thinking,
himself is
William.
Close.
Yes, it looks like all the force is going on to that crank. If the crank was removed, this thing should stop.
Alright. How's the crank attached?
Because
It's an iron rod.
Just like
yeah,
welded in?
In the Inferno level,
It's one
Cocytus
piece.
Just one piece?
Pride, this
All right,
built-up when constantly
Matter,
freezing
make it brittle.
into the ice.
All right.
Okay.
Roll me
And
matter
freeze
2.
everyone into the ice with him.
That's treachery, not pride you're thinking of.
Yeah, it's,
There is no pride in Dante's Inferno.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes.
All right, you turn it brittle. You're gonna go give it a kick.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn this thing the exact way that it does not want to be turned.
oh no, there is a pride. Just mixing with a couple other ones. They're the ones that are getting constantly attacked by a swarm of bees.
Roll me strength and athletics.
Difficulty 6.
Yep.
2 successes.
All right. You snap it.
Cool. Machine stop.
The machine stops,
All right.
and shortly thereafter, all your limbs have grown back and not been ripped back off.
Okay, so these are just leather straps.
Yes.
Gonna try to break them off. Actually, strength and forces.
Yeah. You
Just
could
break
irritate forces to blast them off. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that first.
Seeing him start to struggle with that, I'm going to move to stand under him to hopefully catch him.
Cool. That's a good idea.
4.
You're
successes.
falling now.
Yes. Well, that's the way it goes sometimes.
Anything you have to do about that?
Can I...
Forces to
The,
keep me
yeah.
afloat.
Irritate
to-
forces again. That's difficulty 6. Yeah, because you're just diminishing. And you can move your arms again.
Keeping it from slowing him down.
And I'm going to use matter at the same time to increase the density of the air around here so it can catch him a little bit as well.
Okay.
3
Roll me
successes.
yours.
1, 2, 3,
So I'm just trying to
4,
just slowing my fall.
5.
And
5 successes.
You float down gently to the ground.
okay.
Cool.
All right.
So, randomly fall into a pit of pain and badness.
Yeah, but I feel nice and loose now. Do a little shoulder roll.
Seems to be the running theme. Didn't know this book was Dante's Inferno, but
All right.
Yeah, I suppose.
You float down through the next layer, full of fire and brimstone, but thankfully you're able to, push on through. And to another layer where you see Galadir.
Oh, this is where he's been hiding.
And he has been strapped into a chair, and a series of rats, frogs, and snakes are forcing their way into his mouth and down his throat. And, his stomach is bursting.
immediately using mind
I said
and
he'll be fine.
Yeah.
using mind and life to just kind of stun them and make them back off the animals.
Yeah, roll me that. The two of you can interact too, by the way. Now that you're...
Dude, forces to make him barf.
Sure! Roll me some barf forces. I'm not sure how well that works, but I love the idea, so go for it.
Barf forces.
3
About
successes.
the stomach.
Yeah, squeeze the stomach. Yeah, the small animal starts scattering.
Maybe we should trust the doctor to induce vomiting here.
Never trust. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Only 2 successes. Spew.
It works.
A series of partially live animals spew forth from Galadir's throat.
Life to heal him.
Alright.
Heal ruptured, probably kind of ruptured everything's.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Alright. Yeah, you unrupture his organs.
I kind of pat him on the back.
Yes,
Great.
well.
Onward we go, I guess. Is he okay, at least health-wise?
Yeah.
He seems to be coughing a lot. He's not really talking much.
He's a little stunned.
He's a little hoarse.
Like he's still spitting up like bits of stuff.
He's coughing up hairballs. Great.
Some of them are scales, or
Yeah, scale balls.
Yeah. It's a bad day to be here. You float down into the next room. It's an ice skating rink. If you look down about 50 feet in the frozen water, you see Torel. Roll me some willpower, Torel.
Matter dictates states of matter, so...
Yes.
Are you frozen in the ice?
Probably. What's my target number here?
6.
Let's turn this from a digging problem to a
3.
swimming problem.
3 successes.
3 successes?
Yeah.
Alright, you are able to push back the envy you feel and the desire to get out of here, to clear your mind, to be like, this is a bad place to be, but you can't move because you're encased in ice. You're also like feeling horrible because A, you can't breathe because ice, and B, you're frozen. It's a bad place to be.
So my idea was matter.
And you've been here all day.
Turn it from solid to liquid, basically.
Liquid.
So
Can I help with that with 2 points of matter?
One, two,
2.
3, 4. 4 successes.
Yeah, you turn into liquid.
I turn into liquid?
No, the ice turns into liquid. Terrell, your body is too numb to try to swim.
I dive down.
Forces to push it up.
Let's see which of you started that first. Roll me initiative.
What is initiative again? A 10-sided plus...
Plus your wits
10-sided
and
plus
your
wits.
dexterity.
Dexterity.
8.
I got an 8 plus a 4.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, you go first then. Roll me your
So
forces.
I'm trying to just trying to
Float her up.
bring her up. But that doesn't work.
Did you get a 1?
3 1s and a 9.
Well, you got 1 success.
Yeah, but
She starts to slowly burble up.
yeah.
You see her start to slowly force
I dive.
Alright, roll me stamina.
For taking the freezing
Stamina
cold water.
athletics?
Yeah, because you didn't change the temperature of the water, just its state.
I have 4 dots in stamina. This is what I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Difficulty?
This is actually, 8. It's really cold.
1, 2
This is,
successes.
You're able to stay conscious. Roll me athletics and stamina to get down to her and get her back up.
Difficulty...
6. You're just
Okay.
swimming now.
Cool. 1 success.
You barely get her out. The forces help. And as you drag yourself back on land, you're still freezing because you're in wet clothes, because you are fully clothed.
Okay. Matter to... Would matter be able to dry it out, I guess?
Yeah.
Matter, dry clothes.
You come up coughing, and you begin coughing all the frozen water from your lungs.
Matter and life-assisted
Yeah.
healing and... Yeah.
All the water has been expelled from you, and you can feel blood flow again.
Cool.
You slowly begin feeling warmth.
Ow.
Oh yeah, also you are not held in a comfortable position. Your body is... But your joints have now been replaced. Alright.
Well,
Tell us.
one more, I believe.
One last
Nobody
circle.
else walked down with you?
No.
No.
All right.
Alright.
This is gonna be the fun one.
Yes. You flip down to
everyone. Do you think Uma would not be in the lowest circle of hell? His name is literally demon.
All right. As you go to the lair of pride.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah, I decided Galadier was better for gluttony.
Okay.
You go down to the layer of pride. You see what looks to be a massive water wheel rolling and rolling, except instead of rolling through water, it's rolling through gravel. And as it comes up, you see Akuma strapped to it. As he's going over, his body is healing, and as it hits the gravel, it begins shattering and breaking.
Yeah.
This
What's the wheel attached to?
Nothing.
Alright.
Also, this
how's
wheel
he-
is massive.
How is he strapped to it, or is he just bound by magic?
He's part of the wheel.
So he's
The wheel
just
is
built
partially
into it?
built around him. Yes.
What's the wheel made of?
Looks like wood.
Wood?
Take it apart.
Looks like wood. Does matter indicate that it actually is wood?
Sure, roll me some matter.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll that willpower?
Yes.
One. Oh, that's only one success.
You think it's wood. Really dense wood, though. You couldn't identify this kind of wood.
So, like, is it built around him like a cage, or is it just built into him, basically?
It's hard to tell where the wood begins and he ends.
8 successes.
You're able to push past your own pride.
I mean, the meditation helps.
Yes. But this does hurt.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a pleasant experience.
This is bones being broken and reknitted rapidly.
And organs being crushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have forces. Matter to try to weaken the material around him?
Sure.
Make sure to definitely err on the side of it not being the matter that is him, though.
Sure.
Definitely erring on that side.
Roll me your matter spelling. Any of the rest of you doing anything?
1, 2, 3 successes.
You're able to soften it.
Forces to break the wheel apart, let him drop out of it.
You can try.
I mean, I can also assist with that one.
And you will be breaking yourself out right now, hopefully.
Yes.
Well, I mean, yeah. So
I won't be sitting
when
still.
It comes around, yeah. When it comes around again, we will drop you off just before it digs into the ground.
Yeah. The goal is to break out as I am in the
Yeah.
high point of the.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
We'll combine that.
So I'll roll my own forces.
Forces.
Yeah.
That would be one of those, and this would be 2. Holy cow!
1, 2, 3, 4,
2 successes.
5 successes.
Some 1 type things.
No.
5 successes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Needs more.
You can't simply rip this wheel apart with your mind.
Yeah.
No, I was more aiming to amplify my own force as I try and shove my way out of it, basically.
Oh, I
Because it's
see.
just made of wood.
And he's already softened the material.
The problem
And
is
he
you
softened
can't, you
it.
can't get any momentum because it is flush against your skin. If you could get momentum, if you could even do a 1-inch punch, you could get out.
I mean, he can, though.
No,
I don't have
you
the
don't
1
have
inch.
an inch.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
the
have an inch.
And
One of you.
When he comes around,
Yeah.
when he starts to come around, I'm going to take out that little baton thing and just bash at this thing. See if I can crack it
are
or
you bashing
something.
at him or him? Him or the wheel?
The wheel.
Okay.
Just like the wheel around him, basically. Like possibly from the... Can I identify any point where it might be
This is
some
not.
kind of a seam?
This is not a machine thing. This is a single piece of wood.
Just a single piece of wood?
Yeah.
Try to bash it.
One of you has correspondence and could give me a bit of momentum.
Bash it on the grain where I can hopefully split it.
You could try.
I will try that indeed. Let's see. That would be.
How deep does it go into the ground when it goes?
Would that just be an attack, or would it just be straight up strength?
Well, it's about 100-foot diameter wheel.
Alright.
And the middle of the wheel is the ground.
Okay, so it's.
He's going about 50 feet under.
So would that just be. Will I roll an attack here, or.
No, just roll me your damage.
The damage? Okay. I believe that is. Let's see.
Because you're not going to hit it particularly well. It's just a piece of wood.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
8, 5.
You sure do hit that wood.
Doesn't splinter, doesn't
It's
crack.
oddly, it's way harder than wood should be.
Hey, you with the correspondence domain.
I mean, would I even be able to do anything with just 2 correspondence?
At that point, you can't teleport, so...
Yeah.
Give me forward momentum.
Problem is, he can't... You have to cause movement for there to be momentum.
That's what correspondence does.
Yes, but
have
if
to have
something can't
something
move...
And
Like with
they
forces.
literally bend the laws of reality. Like, you can just take the momentum slider and turn it up, even if it's not actually moving.
Not with 2.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't really be any different from just trying to create a force that breaks it,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
we've tried.
So, in conclusion, this wood is weirdly tough.
I mean, at this point,
So does the water wheel have spokes?
it's made of wood. If I need to, I'll light myself on fire.
And light yourself on fire?
Yeah.
Do you raise the suggestion?
Or do you just do it?
I just, I will use life and forces to keep myself from burning to death, but I'll just light myself on fire.
Tell me your spellcasting. How
Wait.
well protected are you keeping yourself?
I don't care about my own physiology at the point, as long as I don't die to this.
Okay.
Life matter. I'm a little bit more. Yeah, life matter. I will assist his efforts in
Well,
not dying.
he's going to cast first because he just started it.
Okay.
One, two, three, 4 successes.
So what you find, the wheel doesn't burn. However, you notice that as your arm is burning while you're on the healing side of it, because your skin is melting away into fat while it's still being healed, you're able to get some movement in your arm. It's still not enough to break through, but your arm, you've got some wiggle now.
Yeah.
But, you're protecting yourself too much to get enough deformment to break out of it.
I mean, if I need to rip my own arm off.
You gonna do that?
Yeah.
Roll me some forces in life to remove your body parts.
He's done this before. Not in this setting, but 3 successes.
So you see Akuma explode out of the wheel. Literally.
Missing an arm.
Missing a lot more than just an arm. Thankfully, you're on the updraft, so you're still healing, so your body is kind of still as it's being ripped apart, it's reforming. There's bits of Akuma all over everything. Can't break the wheel, but you can break yourself.
Yeah.
Healing!
So, you've got a minute to discuss all that.
Yeah, no.
Healing.
I start healing on that. Yeah. Well, most of you got out of the wheel at least.
Enough.
So,
The rest of me is regrowing.
turns out Strafonio's journal is Dante's Inferno. Who would have thought?
It's been fun.
You have a strange definition of fun.
You have a bad ability to read sarcasm.
It's been a long night.
Yes, it has. Let's get this journal and get out of here.
So how exactly did you find this place?
She did it.
We all went.
Fine.
Is this related to what you weren't telling me before?
Rasputin showed it to me.
Go to our number 1 enemy, he shows you a hole in the wall, walk through it. Makes sense to me.
Okay, it was not my decision to walk through it.
To be fair, none of you were actually making a decision.
Yeah, we were.
So, she showed you.
Yeah, I was the one that.
Well, I was leaning towards not going in.
You could have voiced that opinion.
I did.
I voiced.
They
it or
both
not.
did.
Yeah, we both did.
I said we know where it is now, and the person that one of the people that were worried about going in here doesn't want to go in here.
Yep.
Wow.
I've run headfirst into a dragon and been blown up. And I think this is reckless.
Let's get the journaling guy out of here, shall we?
Yes, now that we're here.
Assuming it's that simple.
How was your first trip through hell?
Unpleasant.
It doesn't get any better the second or third time.
You speak with entirely too much experience.
Oh, I thought pride could break me this time.
Alright, so as you're talking, the room around you begins to fade, and you find yourself in a completely dark cavern room.
Completely dark.
Completely dark.
Any tunnel.
By the way, while we were going through that,
dark.
while we were going through that whole thing, could I
Matter.
feel the little drill that was going on while we were in that area?
No, but you can again now.
All right, we're back in the mountain proper.
Matter to find out what's around us.
Okay, roll me matter. Difficulty 5, because it's only matter 1.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4
I mean,
and a 1.
There's a lot of stone.
I can just, like, rip off part of my sleeve, ball it up, and use forces to make a torch.
Okay,
Oh, true.
roll me your torching.
I thought you were going to say rip off part of your arm.
Again.
Charm
I mean, you already did light your arm on fire.
Yeah, but now I'm not in hell, so... Slightly more permanent. 3 successes.
Okay, you create a torch. You're in
cavern.
well, there's no exit. So you wouldn't call it but you're in a hole.
It's a pocket.
Pocket
in the earth.
in the mountain.
So we got to deal
And
with the
you
air.
well, what you see around you is a strangely furnished room. There is a chair that's been formed out of stone. There's a bed covered in rags. There's a bookshelf. There's a computer. And sitting at the computer is a man with wild jet black hair and a neatly trimmed pointed beard, and wearing what clothes that look to have rotted off of him over the past 1,000 years. He spins around.
Hello.
Hello there! I've been accompanied ever so long. How are all of you doing? What can I do for you today?
Is there a brazier nearby that I can dump this flaming pall of clothes in?
Nope.
Okay, I'll hold on to it then.
Good to see people again. It's ever so nice. What can I do for you today?
Can we get some more
How are you
permanent light
doing?
in here?
Oh, more permanent light. No, light. People use light, don't they?
Forces
You
can
find it
wait.
odd that he's got a computer screen. The computer's not on.
How old is the computer? Is it like a pretty modern computer?
It looks like a pretty modern computer.
Is there dust on it? Is there dust? I guess there wouldn't be anything to make dust in here.
Yeah, there's no dust.
So, who are you exactly?
Oh, me! I'm Strafonio!
As if you didn't know.
How long have you been in
I
this
walk over toward
middle
the
of this mountain?
bookshelf.
What is time?
I walk over toward the bookshelf.
Right, we're looking for your diary.
Fear of magic, actually.
Oh, someone took that. It's actually very interesting. It's a long story, but some man who calls himself Rasputin appeared down here some time ago and has insisted upon retrieving magical artifacts. And I tried to explain to them there's nothing magical about the book at all. It's simply a book of information, very useful information, but to some people I suppose it might be considered rather useless, mundane, interesting, whatever you want to
What's
call
it about, exactly?
Oh, it's about many things.
Many things.
Many things.
Such as?
Many things.
Such as?
Absolutely everything. And nothing.
Things.
And other things in between.
Still thinking he's very nice after he decided to walk you straight to the door.
Is
of
there
hell.
the potential of
So much.
universe-destroying secrets, perhaps?
Which universe?
Explain this.
Any of them.
Oh, no.
They all matter, and we'd very much like to
Burning
have
worlds
none of them
and things
destroyed.
like that.
It's hard to explain. You see, as it turns out, the universes aren't exactly so separate as that. They are interlocked in some ways, and there are ruins between those. It would be very difficult to destroy one universe and leave all the other ones intact, but it could technically be possible. There are ethivores who are trying to do such a thing, but...
Basically what you're saying is
Strafonio
this...
didn't think that was a good idea.
Strafonio didn't think this was a good idea.
No, Strafonio didn't.
Right, you refer to yourself in the third person. The mad,
Yes.
of course.
Well, no. I mean, that's just normal. I go over to the bookshelf and I'm looking around to the bookshelf.
So, this is...
It's an eclectic mix of American literature. Everything from Dante's Inferno to, like, Egyptian hieroglyphs to, like, dime romance novels.
I check those out.
So, what do you... Why exactly are you in this particular world? Just wondering what you were doing there. I see. Do you exist in all worlds?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I see.
There's many things to know and understand, and
Did you know it?
I see he's gotten better at it, though. Oh, he has his perfected it, mastered it. Strafonio's a genius, he is.
Mastered what?
Oh,
Mastered what? It.
It.
What is it?
It.
Describe
It.
it.
It is a pronoun requiring an antecedent.
Yes, what's the antecedent?
The antecedent is the word the pronoun's referring to.
What is this particular version of its antecedent?
Well, you're using it with an apostrophe or without one?
Without.
Oh. It's. That doesn't make any sense. I'm very confused.
I imagine you are.
Yes, it's really bad. It's meaningless.
I'm guessing the computer isn't even plugged into anything.
What would it be plugged into?
The
If
wall.
it was, I would be very confused.
Do you know where the journal is now, other than in Rasputin's possession?
I imagine you took it. Not going to do him any good. It's locked.
Locked. Magically, I would suppose?
Magic's not real.
Then how is it locked?
Magic.
Do you have the key?
I have lots of keys. Keys! He begins pulling random objects off of himself.
I'm guessing none of them are actually keys.
No.
Do you have the key to the journal specifically?
Well, of course.
May we have it?
No.
Does Rasputin have it?
No, of course not.
Good.
Do you have it?
Yes.
May we have it?
No.
May we have it, please?
Maybe. No.
This is
What does
actually a
the-
welcome change of pace.
What does the magic... Does this room feel magical? I'm guessing it does.
This room's giving you a headache.
No, he's giving us a headache.
Well, you get that storm of memory thing is going on really badly right now.
The same thing that, like, when something's really weirdly untethered?
Mm-hmm. Sort of like it was when you were outside the mountain, but just stronger here.
I lay the tarot deck out
This...
and start dealing.
Okay. He looks at you. Ooh! He sits down in front of you. Let me see.
Would you like to have a reading?
Yes!
Let's start with divining, shall we?
Alright. You flip over the first tarot card.
It's an ace of spades.
No. You see in a moving image a pan by of a ship that's labeled the Selkie.
Oh boy.
Seen this one before. A little bit more direct around here. I flip the next one.
You see that same image of the world where a man is riding a horse aside from a woman dressed in green, and he's got a long curved sword at his side and a cloak that shifts, camouflaging him in with the background.
Well, the third card.
The third card shows you the wood between the world. Except it doesn't show it to you as you know it. It shows it populated by entities almost impossible to describe. There's one who the sight of almost drives you insane. There's one that is a walking man of fire. But most prominently featured, you see a beautiful woman. You can't tell how old she is. She's got the beauty of youth, but her eyes have the wisdom of years, dressed in flowing white and glowing slightly. And they're all just wandering this wood, walking in and out of pools. Roll me perception empathy.
Two successes.
The woman seems distressed by what's going on around her.
I think I know what that one is. What do you make of these, Strafonio?
I don't know poker. I think this hand beats it, he says, reaching in and pulling out a slew of playing cards.
Does that hand beat it?
It's the poker hand versus a series of tarot cards.
Yeah.
I mean...
Does he have a royal straight flush?
No. He's got 2 Yu-Gi-Oh cards, a Force of Will card, and a King of Hearts.
The Suicide King.
Absolutely right. But it's interesting that the cards are a little more direct here.
Certainly... Just feeling for that tether in the back of my mind, does it feel... It feels different in this room, or...
The tether doesn't feel different, but there's something wrong in here, and you can tell it's on that level.
So how did Rasputin get your journal and get to walk out?
No, I let him out.
Say again?
I let him out.
Why?
Why not?
Did you not want to keep your journal?
I've got the key.
But the key's useless without the journal.
No, it's not. It unlocks a journal.
But with no journal, what does it unlock?
The journal?
Could you unlock the journal for me?
Yes.
Would you?
No, Rasputin has it.
I love playing logic games with a madman.
So you have no need of your journal?
Why would I need Strafonio's journal? Strafonio forbid me to read it.
You forbid yourself from reading it?
Why not?
Did you write it?
Strafonio wrote lots of things. Many
Lots
things.
of things.
Yes, he says, pointing at the bookshelf.
I'm still.
Which of
flipping
these
through
did you
books.
write?
Yes!
All of them?
Yes!
None of them?
Yes! No! Wait. Trixie.
Did you write none of them?
That's a province in Canada. You're trying to trick me.
Did you actually say a name of a province in Canada at any point?
None of them.
That would be none of us, actually.
Oh. Same thing! Same thing! Time for tea! He walks over to his bed and pulls up a teapot and pours you all imaginary glasses of tea.
Does that involve... So does tea actually come out of it and pour on our feet?
No.
Okay.
Would you mind letting us leave?
Why?
So that we can go and kill Rasputin and take the journal.
Well, why do you want the journal?
You're disappointed.
It doesn't
Why?
matter.
We could use it to stop Ethivores from eating other worlds.
What's an Ethabor?
Remember those things that you said that have weird ideas about eating worlds?
Oh, yeah, Ethabors.
Those ones.
Ah! Are you Irana?
No.
Wait, Irana, is that a name we know?
No.
No.
Irana?
Yes!
Nirvana.
Irana. Strafonio's friend.
And who is Irana Strafonio's friend?
She's an Ethabor.
That explains it.
She's the Ethavor that laid the curse upon the wood between the worlds that prevents Ethavors from journeying there.
Yes!
Nice.
And she is your friend?
Irana's Strafonio's friend.
Am I?
How do you know her?
Know who?
Irana. How do you know Irana?
Who?
Who's Irana?
Thought so.
Irana Strafonio's friend. How do you know her?
Ah, Strafonio does know Irana.
How?
Well,
How does? So have you ever been out of this place?
Yes! I can show you if you want.
Okay. Let's see.
He points, and a door opens.
where did the door lead?
Through a tunnel.
It leads into the ocean.
When you say into the ocean,
Yes.
do you mean there's a wall of water?
Yes.
How deep?
Which ocean is that?
You can still see light, so you presume it's not too deep, but you
Okay.
can't see the surface.
All right.
Which ocean is that?
Can you tell the
The
ocean
ocean!
by an underground shot of water?
Oh boy.
I'm never getting out.
I mean, you can just swim to the surface.
We don't know how far it is.
I can see light. It's not that far.
Yes, but we're assuming it's not also in the middle of the ocean.
Yes, that would be a different
That
problem.
would be another problem. Yes.
We don't know if this is actually a pathway he uses, or if this is...
He goes ahead. You don't like that exit.
No.
No.
I
That
didn't
was
Rasputin.
Yes, the drowning is not particularly
Which
useful.
exit did you give Rasputin?
That one, he says, pointing, and you see Rasputin's bedroom.
Let's go.
Let's take that one.
Let's go kill Rasputin.
Let's go.
Why are we...
Exit. Stage left even.
Do we even know what he's doing, or why he's doing it?
No.
He's trading in humans.
Yes,
But-
he is.
He was kind of a jerk. Let's kill
Is
him.
there anything more we can know about him before we...
What would you like to
Murder
know
him.
about?
Well, let's just
He has
let's
the
go to his
journal.
bedroom
He has
first
the
and,
journal.
and deal with it later.
It'd be nice to know why he has the journal, or if he has some kind of trap involving the journal.
That's okay. Let's just go and find out.
What are we even going to do with this journal, by the way?
At the very least, have it and move from
Destroy
there.
it. Or
We've been chasing the journal for so long. Once we get our hands on the journal, we'll figure out what we need to do from there.
We've been chasing the journal for less than a week, actually.
well,
but
still.
It's not long.
So it's quite a while. You are the one who was literally in hell for most of a day. So having been there 3 times, it doesn't become any shorter.
literally, mate. That's the thing about dimensional travel. You don't even know which dimensions are real anymore.
That's okay. Let's just run up
Bargains,
the town.
deals, and strained existences be a long way.
I'm gonna run toward the tunnel.
Uh, You walk to it, and you bounce off of it.
Shucky darns.
Oh, you can't go there. That's Rasputin's bedroom.
So, I want to see him.
It's not the proper way to meet someone. You go knock on the door, you bring them flowers, you have a
Walk
long
over to
talk.
the... You said it was a door? I knock on it.
Yes, who's there?
You actually hear the voice from the other side.
We want to
No.
go through.
You just
No,
didn't
that's
say-
him.
Okay.
I was just Strafonio being a dude.
Well, we knocked on the door. I believe that would mean that this is a proper meeting then. I signal out over to the door.
That's not a door. It's a wall.
Is it a wall now?
No.
Okay.
Could you get us to his door then?
He points, and you see a street somewhere on Saipan.
Okay,
It looks like Saipan. Okay, let's go.
let's take that.
We'll take that.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Sure. Just from you walk along with us.
Okay.
What does he look like? I mean,
he looks like
He looks like Doc Brown with black hair.
and a
And a beard.
oddly pointy beard,
Mhm.
and he's dressed in clothes that
Nice.
might have fit the Renaissance period and are probably from the Renaissance period as much fallen apart as they are.
okay.
Okay.
He's also very gaunt.
What is it with this group and finding people who dress like they're from the Middle Ages?
So we're...
It is the Middle Ages.
Of course it is.
What year is it?
The Middle Ages.
Do you know what year it is?
Yes.
Could you number it?
3000 QR.
Yes. I saw that coming.
Yeah.
20XX.
3000 years before the Quasar's reckoning.
What about in the Gregorian calendar?
Oh! Gregory's a jerk.
You knew Pope Gregory.
Yes! He devised that place.
I was about to say, weren't we just in Gregory's hell?
Pretty much.
Of course he knew the person. Great.
Like, he might not be religious, but he knows religious context. Like,
But he says he's a jerk. Like,
We leaving
did you
at
know
this
him?
point?
yes,
Personally?
we're on the street at this point.
Yeah, I
probably.
assume we're walking.
Most popes were. At least the ones I interacted with. Ham sandwiches. I miss ham sandwiches, he says, wandering off.
Okay.
Bye.
You can
Bye.
wait. When's the last time you were in civilization? Like around civilization, or around
Around
humans?
people.
How long has it
We're all
been?
human.
How long has
Other
it been
than
since you were around other people and not in that tiny little room in that box in that mountain?
It's a good question. It's a good question. I shall have to find out. He runs into the street in front of a car and waves his arms at it. Slams his brake on. The man looks out. What year is it? Where am I? Who are you?
I'm just picturing the Jumanji scene. I'm just like walking up. What year is it?
And
That's what I was thinking too.
he's beginning to cause a scene,
Yes. That's okay.
We should have done
and you hear sirens in the distance.
That's okay.
I'm just going to let this
We're gonna
one
keep
play
walking.
out.
We're gonna keep walking.
Either he's going to end up in jail and be Yaren's jurisdiction, or he's going to end up in the hospital and be my jurisdiction. Either way, we can get him out of it.
By the way, how is
Possibly both.
Pope Joan?
Pardon?
Didn't think so. Did you know Pope Joan?
Pope
We
Joe.
may not want to be associated with him. but we
I'm
don't
I'm
want
I'm
to.
walking away. I'm just walking away. Walk away slowly.
For context, Pope Joan is the...
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Rejected female pope who reigned for about a week.
The one they claim reigned.
Yeah. In World of Darkness, she's apparently a real thing. So, because the hunters of the church, the Catholic Church, Malleus Maleficarum can get the of the Aegis Kaidoru can get the blood of Pope Joan as a relic.
So,
So, do we
police are
recognize?
showing up.
Let's
Do we
leave.
recognize where we are?
Yes,
Did you
you're in
know
the
plan on killing
you're on the main road.
So-
At this point,
Are we heading over to?
high explosives.
We're just gonna walk away from this guy and leave him like it.
Won't see it coming.
Yes. That's the thing about high explosives. I don't really care if you see them coming.
So, do I want to be involved?
Let's keep
With-
walking and
Do I want to be associated with this crazy guy who just kind of appeared out of nowhere? Or do I want to
I
be
don't think so.
associated with... I've actually got a reputation at stake here. I've got a reputation at stake. I'm not terribly good at combat, and you're about to kill a man.
so you're gonna.
I think I'm going to stick
Deal
around
off.
and see what happens with our old friend Strafonio here, actually.
All right.
I'm just going to kind of stick around.
Don't want to be associated with Saipan's 6 Most Wanted.
Yes. I'm going to try to get him away from cars.
Okay. What are you doing?
Are you being
I'm gonna
the,
walk
the,
up to
the
him.
medical orderly, being like, "This is my mental patient. Just hang on."
I'm just going to... So, are there police moving around and gathering?
Yes. One of them has walked up and has said, "Sir, I need you to back down." Stripani looks at him. That, he says, pointing at the officer's gun on his belt. That is a naughty, naughty device.
I'm going to walk up over there. I'm very sorry, sir. How old does Strafonio look? Very old?
He looks like
Very
he
crazy?
might collapse into dust,
You can say he's your patient. You are a
Yeah.
doctor.
but he also has that jet black hair, which is mildly disconcerting. Like, his skin looks like yellow parchment, but his hair and his eyes make him look young.
I'm sorry, sir. I kind of take Strafonio by the shoulder and kind of usher him away. He's he's my patient. I'm very sorry.
Only appearances, subterfuge.
Appearance and subterfuge. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Difficulty.
7?
I mean, you are a doctor.
One success. One
The
success.
police look dubious, but none of them really want to get near this guy, so they kind of let you leave.
I'm very sorry, officer.
Where are you going to take Strafonio?
He wants a ham
To
sandwich.
a padded cell with ham sandwiches.
You should be Yaren.
Here, Aaron, we have a present for you. Take
You
this.
can take a guitar too. I'm joking.
Oh, take the guitar. That'd be a blast.
Or are you?
That'd be fun.
That sounds like literally the worst thing that I could possibly do on short notice.
Not really.
Yeah, no, it is. Don't do that. This is the DM speaking. Don't do that.
I feel like that's just an idea that popped into my mind, and then every single brain cell simultaneously zapped it into oblivion. I feel slightly sick at the idea that I even thought of it.
No, you didn't think of it. Somebody else in the party thought of it, and your brain still zapped it out of existence. Your mind magic unconsciously wiped it from their mind.
Shucks.
For now, randomly showing up with a crazy dude at the hospital would be weird.
Randomly showing up with a crazy dude at Yaren's house, however.
It's either my place or Yaren's place. And honestly, knowing Tarn is a thing, and knowing he knows far more than he should, I think going to the safer place would be better.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna head over to Tarn to Yaren's place. To Yaren's place. To Yaren's
Yaren.
place.
How? Now,
If Tarn's place is in the way, I will make sure I do not get closer than a mile to
I was
it.
about to say it's actually on the main road there. How big of a?
I deliberately avoid it.
All right, you avoid the heck out of it. It takes you like 2 hours to get there because you're avoiding it.
I'm okay with that. Being in transit is okay. So long, yeah, no.
You double your transit time, but...
Yeah, no.
Alright. So you're going to go fight a gang war, you're going to go escort a crazy man, the rest of you are going whichever ways you want to. That seems like a decent point to pick up next week. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Farewell.
Bye.